All right. Please find a posture where you can find some stillness in the body. Give it some time to be left alone by you. The mind creates an identity with the body and then generates fictions about how the body can be different. The mind, part of its functionality, is to run samples about how this body can be different in an effort. Welcome, Carter. Good to see you. Just got started. How the body could be different in an effort to solve problems, make us safer, healthier, happier, fitter. And as you sort of sit and take in this introduction, you might just reflect, is that what my thoughts are mostly about? The thoughts I have, this would be your investigation, are mostly about creating. I'm sure the ego would like to say identifying, but perhaps even creating problems that are somehow about making the body safer, fitter, happier, healthier, etc. And that might be all different derivatives of that. Trying to get other people to change, trying to change our surroundings, trying to change our behavior, trying to change our image, trying to change the numbers in our bank account. All different methods. The mind will generate thoughts about this body by design. Its functionality. Its functionality to create identity with the body and solve problems. So as you watch and observe, just a few thoughts, give it a think. Is that largely, maybe even exclusively, what our blah, blah, blah thinking is all about? Even if you're trying to solve world problems, government, national, global, environmental problems, even if you're one of those kind of folks, is that not still ultimately about the safety, security, well being of this individual body sitting here right now? And just let yourself sit for a moment. Keep sitting and just notice at any effort level, attention level that feels good to you. As you sit here, if a few of those thoughts catch your attention, a little ambitious to expect all of your thoughts to find your conscious attention. See if they fit that bill. We're not trying to provide any solutions or change it, even though your ego, mind may want to. because it may be identifying a problem itself. Constantly identifying with the body and trying to change its circumstances is in itself problematic. And perhaps this body that you observe, poor little thing, is good enough just as it is. And you, as you really are more than good enough just as you are. But these fictions, these thoughts that we render in the mind, see if they're constantly, consistently identifying that body as something that needs to be different in some way, somehow. We're going to start to create a little bit of juxtaposition. When those thoughts come up, you might be able to grab a hold of them and run it through our inquiry that it is, in fact, about a version of that body sitting there that in some way needs to be different somehow, whether external or internal or who knows. And then we're going to start to also counter that by just observing this actual body sitting here right now. And perhaps in our inquiry, we'll find out that it in fact is not problematic, just as it is. Let's start with just feeling our breathing. You don't have to drive it or change it or make it any different. Just feel some breaths through the nose, expanding the lungs, contracting the lungs. Feel the body just gently pulsing. It was doing it the entire first bit of this practice. Let it keep doing it. Just now you're aware of it. And see, was your breathing okay? And is it still okay? Just breathe. And if instead your attention gets found wandering down some thought stream, some fiction, some alternate version of a past or a future, just notice if in that fiction, was it about that body that was just breathing, being different somehow? Better? Worse? And notice how that fiction made you feel, and then let it go. And come back to noticing this breath right now, just as it was going on, as if you hadn't been paying attention. And see if it's okay. It doesn't need to change at all. Was your breath okay, just as it is, whether you're watching it or not? Does it need your thoughts figuring out how to make it better in this very moment, this actual moment? Notice if your mind made a fiction, a story about a past or a future where your body or your breathing was not okay in an effort to validate its existence. Notice how, in that thought, it was trying to change, alter, improve. How did it make you feel to live in that thought, to identify with it? Continue this process, coming back to your breath as you gain your attention, and just notice it. Let it breathe the way it was breathing and is breathing in this moment, and see if it's okay, just fine, being the breath. It does not need the mind's stories. And should the story carry you away, inquire, was that story creating a problem and trying to solve it? And just feel the difference for yourself. Don't try to force one or the other. Just when you find yourself, notice if there was a thought about that body, maybe you identified with it and came up with a reason it needs to be different somehow. A fiction, because here the body is, sitting and breathing. And just feel the difference between the two. How does just noticing this breath feel? Is it okay? Just as it is. Don't compare it. Just notice and experience this breath just as it is. And then When you become aware that you were in a thought, notice how that made you feel. Trying to change the body's circumstances somehow. You're not comparing it, you're just noticing in that moment how it makes you feel. Really lean into your awareness of your breath. Experience it in the absolute presence of this moment. Get to the essence of your breath in this moment, right now. It's not a thought about the breath, it's an experience. See if it's okay, just as it is. We don't need to compare. Those thoughts are there to keep you safe, fitter, happier, healthier, help you prosper. But just notice how it actually makes you feel to identify with that body inside that thought, whether it's about the past or future. And as it fades away, notice that your breath in this moment is still just doing its thing. And really feel and notice, does it need to change at all right now? Perhaps the body is feeling a little discomfort from sitting still. If you need to make an adjustment, just do it. Who says you have to remain perfectly still to awaken? Is it even possible to keep the body perfectly still? If you don't need to adjust, let's notice the body, not just the breath, existing here in this moment right now. Does it need to be different? Does it need to change right now? Or is it okay? Consider through your own experience happening now, not your thoughts. We cannot bring our presence back to the past. We cannot bring our presence, as far as we know, into the future. Bring your presence into this moment and find out, is the body fine just as it is in this moment? Dare to not be distracted by your mind's version of the body in the past or future. Don't compare, just notice how you feel when having thoughts about the body, which are usually about changing it in the past or future. And then when that passes, notice the body in this very moment. Experience it as it is and see how it makes you feel. And try not to get confused between the two. Thoughts about the body and experiencing the body right now. You've been watching thoughts about the body in the past, in the future, collections in the mind. You've been experiencing the body in the various moments. What about you? Who's been watching these thoughts? Who's been noticing the breath and the body? Where is this you? And is it okay? Is it better than okay? Can you even evaluate the body in your thoughts that needs changing somehow? The body in this moment existing as it is, just objects in your observation. Does this observer need to change? Can it change? Really observe that you are observing and see if it's okay. Can any change be made at all? Be. Be deeply in this very moment. Is it enough? Is it okay? Stay with the moment. Relax from the practice.